Chapter 18, Minnie. On Monday morning, I drive to work, rehearsing the whole way. I know I mouthed off. I walk into her kitchen. And I know I was out of place. I set my bag down in the chair. And, and, this is the hard part. And I'm sorry. I brace myself when I hear Miss Celia's feet padding through the house. I don't know what to expect. If she'll be mad, or cold, or just flat out refire me. All I know is I'm doing the talking first. Morning, she says. Miss Celia's still in her nightgown. She hasn't even brushed her hair, much less put the goo on her face. Miss Celia, I gotta tell you something. She groans, flattens her hand against her stomach. You feel bad? Yeah. She puts a biscuit and some ham on a plate, then takes the ham back off. Miss Celia, I want you to know. But she walks right out while I'm talking, and I know I'm in some kind of trouble. I go ahead and do my work. Maybe I'm crazy to act like the job is still mine. Maybe she won't even pay me for today. After lunch, I turn on Miss Christine on As the World Turns and do the ironing. Usually, Miss Celia comes in and watches with me, but not today. When the program's over, I wait on her a while in the kitchen, but Miss Celia doesn't even come in for her lesson. The bedroom door stays closed, and by 2 o'clock, I can't think of anything else to do except clean their bedroom. I feel a dread like a frying pan in my stomach. I wish I'd gotten my words in this morning when I had the chance. Finally, I go to the back of the house, look at that closed door. I knock, and there's no answer. Finally, I take a chance and open it. But the bed is empty. Now I've got the shut bathroom door to contend with. I'm going to do my work in here, I call out. There's no answer, but I know she's in there. I can feel her behind that door. I'm sweating. I want to get this damn conversation over with. I go around the room with my laundry sack, stuffing a weekend's worth of clothes inside. The bathroom door stays closed with no sound. I know that bathroom in there is a mess. I listen for some life as I pull the sheets up taut on the bed. The pale yellow bolster pillow is the ugliest thing I've ever seen, packaged on the ends like a big yellow hot dog. I smack it down on the mattress, smooth the bedspread out. I wipe down the bedside table, stack the Look magazines on her side, the bridge book she ordered. I straighten the books on Mr. Johnny's. He reads a lot. I pick up To Kill a Mockingbird and turn it over. Well, looky there. A book with black folks in it. It makes me wonder if one day I'll see Miss Skeeter's book on a bedside table. Not with my real name in it, that's for sure. Finally, I hear a noise, something scruff against the bathroom door. Miss Celia, I call out again. I'm out here. Just want you to know. But there's nothing. That ain't none of my business whatever's going on in there, I say to myself, but then I holler. Just gonna do my work and get on out of here before Mr. Johnny gets home with the pistol. I'm hoping that will draw her out. It doesn't. Miss Celia, there's some lady of pinkum under the sink. Drink that up and come on out so I can do my work in there. Finally, I just stop and stare at the door. Am I fired or am I ain't? And if I ain't, then what if she's so drunk she can't hear me? Mr. Johnny asked me to look after her. I don't think this would qualify as looking after her if she's drunk in the bathtub. Miss Celia, just say something so I know you're still alive in there. I'm fine. She does not sound fine to me. It's almost 3 o'clock. I stand in the middle of the bedroom, waiting. Mr. Johnny be home soon. I need to know what's going on in there. I need to know if she's laid out drunk. And if I ain't fired, then I need to clean that bathroom so Mr. Johnny doesn't think the secret maid is slacking and fire me a second time. Come on, Miss Celia. You mess up your hair coloring again? I helped you fix it last time, remember? We got it back real pretty. The knob turns. Slowly, the door opens. Miss Celia is sitting on the floor, to the right of the door. Her knees are drawn up inside her nightgown. I step a little closer. From the side, I can see her complexion is the color of fabric softener, a flat, milky blue. I can also see blood in the toilet bowl, a lot of it. You got the cramps, Miss Celia? I whisper. I feel my nostrils flare. Miss Celia doesn't turn around. There's a line of blood along the hem of her white nightgown, like it dripped down into the toilet. You want me to call Mr. Johnny? I say. I try, but I can't stop myself from looking at that red full bowl. Because there's something else deep down in that red liquid. something solid looking. No, Massilia says, staring at the wall. Fetch me my phone book. I hurry to the kitchen, snatch the book from the table, rush back. But when I try to hand it to Miss Celia, she waves it away. Please, you call, she says. Under T for Dr. Tate. I can't do it again. I skip through the thin pages of the book. I know who Dr. Tate is. He doctors most of the white women I've waited on. He also gives his special treatment to Elaine Fairley every Tuesday when his wife is at her hair appointment. Taft, Taggart, Tan, thank the Lord. My hands tremble around the rotary dial. A white woman answers. Celia Foote on Highway 22, out Madison County. I tell her as best as I can without yakking on the floor. Yes, ma'am. Lots and lots of blood coming out. Do we know how to get here? She says yes, of course, and hangs up. He's coming? Asks Celia. He coming, I say. Another wave of nausea sneaks up on me. It'll be a long time until I can scrub that toilet again without gagging. You want a Coca-Cola? I'm going to get you a Coca-Cola. In the kitchen, I get a bottle of Coca-Cola from the refrigerator. I come back and set it on the tile and back away, as far from that red-filled pot as I can, without leaving Miss Celia alone. Maybe we should get you up in bed, Miss Celia. You think you can stand up? Miss Celia leans forward, tries to push herself up. I step in to help her and see that the blood is soaked through the seat of her nightgown, stained the blue tile with what looks like red glue embedded in the grout. Stains that won't be easy to get up. Just as I raise her to her feet, Miss Celia slips in a spot of blood, catches the edge of the toilet bowl to steady herself. Let me stay. I want to stay here. All right, then. I back away into my bedroom. Dr. Tate be here real soon. They're calling him up at home. Come and sit with me, Minnie, please. But there's a waft of warm, wretched air coming off that toilet. After some figuring, I sit with half my bottom on the bathroom, half out. And at eye level, I can really smell it. It smells like meat, like hamburger defrosting on the counter. I kind of panic when I put that one together. Come on out of there, Miss Celia. You need some air. I can't get the blood on the rug, or Johnny will see it. The veins on Miss Celia's arm look black under her skin. Her face is getting whiter. You getting funny looking. Drink you a little of this Coca-Cola. She takes a sip and says, Oh, Minnie, how long have you been bleeding? Since this morning, she says, and starts crying into the crook of her arm. It's all right. You're going to be fine, I say, and I sound real soothing, real confident, but inside my heart is pounding. Sure, Dr. Tate's coming to help Miss Celia, but what about that thing in the toilet? What am I supposed to do? Flush it? What if it gets stuck in the pipes? It'll have to be fished up. Oh, Lord, how am I going to make myself do that? There's so much blood, she moans, leaning against me. Why is there so much blood this time? I raise my chin and look, just a little, in the bowl, but I have to look down again real quick. Don't let Johnny see it. Oh, God, what time is it? 2:55. We got some time. What should we do about it? Asks Miss Celia. We. God forgive me, but I wish there wasn't a we mixed up in this. I shut my eyes and say, I guess one of us is going to have to pull it out. Miss Celia turns to me with her red-rimmed eyes. And put it where? I can't look at her. I guess in the garbage pail. Please, do it now. Miss Celia buries her head in her knees like she's ashamed. That's not even a we now. Now it's a you do it. Will you fish my dead baby out of the toilet bowl? And what choice do I have? I hear a whine come out of me. The tile floor is smashing against my fat. I shift, grunt, try to think it through. I mean, I've done worse than this, haven't I? Nothing comes to mind, but there has to be something. Please, Miss Celia says. I can't look at it anymore. All right, I nod, like I know what I'm doing. I'm going to take care of this thing. I stand up, try to get practical. I know where I'll put it, in the white garbage pail next to the toilet, then throw the whole thing out. But what will I use to get it out with? My hand? I bite my lip, try to stay calm. Maybe I should just wait. Maybe the doctor will want to take it with him when he comes, examine it. If I can get Miss Celia off for a few minutes, maybe I won't have to deal with it at all. We'll look after it in a minute, I say in that reassuring voice. How far along you think you was? I ease closer to the bowl and don't dare stop talking. 5 months? I don't know. Miss Celia covers her face with a wash rag. I was taking a shower and I felt it pulling down, hurting. So I sat on the toilet and it slipped out, like it wanted out of me. She starts sobbing again, her shoulders jerking forward over her body. Carefully, I lower the toilet lid down and settle back on the floor. Like I'd rather be dead than stand being inside me another second. Now you looky here, that's just God's way. Something ain't going right in your innards. Nature got something to do about it. Second time, you gonna catch. But then I think about those bottles and I feel a rip of anger. That was the second time. Oh, Lordy. We got married because I was pregnant, Miss Celia says. But it slipped out too. I can't hold it another second. Then why in the heck are you drinking? You know you can't hold no baby with a pint of whiskey in you. Whiskey? Oh, please. I can't even look at her with that what whiskey look. At least the smell's not as bad with the lids closed. But when is that fool doctor coming? You thought I was. She shakes her head. It's a catch tonic. She closes her eyes. From a Choctaw over in Felicia Parish. Choctaw? I blink. She is stupider than I ever imagined. You can't trust them. Don't you know we poison their corn? What if she's trying to poison you? Dr. Tate said it's just molasses and water. She cries down into her towel. But I had to try it. I had to. Well, I'm surprised by how loose my body goes, how relieved I am by this. There's nothing wrong with taking your time, Miss Celia. Believe me, I've got 5 kids. But Johnny wants kids now. Oh, Minnie. She shakes her head. What is he going to do with me? He's going to get over it, that's what. He's going to forget these babies because men's is real good at that. Get to hoping for the next one. He doesn't know about this one or the one before. You said that's why he married you. The first time he knew. Miss Celia lets out a big sigh. This time's really the fourth. She stops crying, and I don't have any good things left to say. For a minute, we're just two people wondering why things are the way they are. I kept thinking, she whispers, if I was real still, if I brought somebody in to do the house and the cooking, maybe I could hold on to this one. She cries down into her towel. I wanted this baby to look just like Johnny. Mr. Johnny, a good-looking man, got good hair. Miss Celia lowers the towel from her face. I wave my hand in the air and realize what I've just done. I gotta get some air. It's hot in here. How do you know? I look around and try to think of a lie, but finally, I just sigh. He knows. Mr. Johnny came home and found me. What? Yes, ma'am. He told me not to tell you, so you ought to go on right thinking that he's proud of you. He loves you so much, Miss Celia. I seen it in his face how much. But how long has he known? A few months. Months? Was he was he upset that I'd lied? Heck no. He even called me up at home a few weeks later to make sure I didn't have no plans to quit. Says he's afraid he was going to starve if I left. Oh, Minnie, she cries. I'm sorry. I'm real sorry about everything. I've been in worse situations. I'm thinking about the blue hair dye, eating lunch in the freezing cold, and right now, there's still that baby in the toilet that someone's going to have to deal with. I don't know what to do, Minnie. Dr. Tate tells you to keep trying, then I guess you keep trying. He hollers at me, says I'm wasting my time in bed. She shakes her head. He's a mean, awful man. She presses the towel hard against her eyes. I can't do this anymore. And the harder she cries, the whiter she turns. I try to feed her a few more sips of Coca-Cola, but she won't take it. She can't hardly lift her head to wave it away. I'm gonna be sick. I grab the garbage can and watch as Miss Celia vomits over it. And then I feel something wet on me and I look down, and the blood's coming so fast now, it's leaked over to where I'm sitting. Every time she heaves, the blood pushes out of her. I know she's losing more than a person can handle. Sit up, Miss Celia. Get a good breath now, I say, but she is now slumping against me. Nuh-uh, you don't want to lay down. Come on. I push her back up, but she's gone limp, and I feel tears spring up in my eyes because that damn doctor should be here by now. You should have sent an ambulance, and in the 25 years that I've been cleaning houses, nobody ever tells you what to do when your white lady keels over dead on top of you. Come on, Miss Celia, I scream, but she's a soft white lump next to me, and there's nothing I can do but sit and tremble and wait. Many minutes pass before the black bell rings. I prop Miss Celia's head on a towel, take off my shoes so I don't track the blood over the house, and run for the door. She done passed out, I tell the doctor, and the nurse pushes past me and heads to the back like she knows her way around. She pulls the smelling salts out and puts them under Miss Celia's nose, and Miss Celia jerks her head, lets out a little cry, and opens her eyes. The nurse helps me get Miss Celia out of her bloody nightgown. She's got her eyes open but can hardly stand up. I put old towels down in the bed and we lay her down. I go in the kitchen where Dr. Tate's washing his hands. She's in the bedroom, I say. Not the kitchen, you snake. He's in his 50s, Dr. Tate, and tops me by a good foot and a half. He has real white skin and this long, narrow face that shows no feelings at all. Finally, he goes to the bedroom. Just before he opens the door, I touch him on the arm. She don't want her husband to know. He ain't gonna find out, is he? He looks at me like I'm terrible and says, You don't think it's his business? He walks into the bedroom and shuts the door in my face. I go to the kitchen and pace the floor. Half an hour passes, and then an hour, and I'm worrying so hard that Mr. Johnny's going to come home and find out. Worrying Dr. Tate will call him. Worrying they're going to leave that baby in the bowl for me to deal with. My head's throbbing. Finally, I hear Dr. Tate open the door. She all right? She's hysterical. I gave her a pill to calm her down. The nurse walks around us and out the back door, carrying a white tin box. I breathe out for what feels like the first time in hours. You watch her tomorrow, he says, and hands me a white paper bag. Give her another pill if she gets too agitated. There'll be more bleeding, but don't call me up unless it's heavy. You really ain't going to tell Mr. Johnny about this, are you, Dr. Tate? He lets out a sick hiss. You make sure she doesn't miss her appointment on Friday. I am not driving all the way out here just because she's too lazy to come in. He waltzes out and slams the door behind him. The kitchen clock reads 5 o'clock. Mr. Johnny's going to be home in half an hour. I grab the Clorox and the rags and a bucket.